Can talent come from anywhere? Or are some dreams simply impossible because of who you are and where you come from? Ratatouille is about a rat named Remy who loves cooking in a world where rats in kitchens represent everyone's worst nightmare. His passion is real, his talent is genuine, but his species makes his dreams seem absurd. Released in 2007 by Pixar, this film uses a rat in a French restaurant to explore creativity, authenticity, and whether we have the courage to pursue what we love when everything about our circumstances says we shouldn't. It's beautifully animated and often funny, but underneath it's asking whether society's rules about who belongs where should define our possibilities, and what happens when someone refuses to accept those limits. Welcome to Picture Mavericks. Today we're exploring what makes Ratatouille more than a cooking movie, how it challenges ideas about talent and belonging, and why its message about following your passion resonates so deeply. Let's begin. Remy is a rat living in the French countryside with extraordinary senses of taste and smell. While other rats eat garbage happily, Remy craves good food and dreams of creating it. He idolizes Chef Gusteau, whose motto is "anyone can cook." When his colony is discovered and scattered, Remy ends up in Paris, directly above Gusteau's restaurant. He watches through a skylight as Linguini, a clumsy garbage boy, accidentally ruins a soup. Unable to resist, Remy fixes it. The soup becomes a hit, but Linguini is credited. Linguini discovers Remy and realizes the rat can cook. They strike a deal. Remy hides under Linguini's chef hat and controls his movements by pulling his hair, making it look like Linguini is the talented chef. Together, they start creating remarkable dishes. The kitchen staff is skeptical at first, but the food speaks for itself. Linguini rises in the restaurant while Remy remains hidden. Complications arise when Linguini falls for Colette, a talented chef who believes Linguini is genuine. Meanwhile, Anton Ego, a feared food critic whose negative review years ago damaged Gusteau's reputation, announces he'll review the restaurant. Tensions build as Linguini struggles with taking credit for Remy's work. Remy feels frustrated being hidden and unrecognized. Their partnership fractures when Linguini's ego grows and Remy's need for acknowledgement intensifies. Everything falls apart when the truth is revealed. Linguini admits a rat has been cooking. The staff walks out in disgust. Ego arrives expecting brilliance and instead finds chaos. Remy must decide whether to give up or find another way to create the meal that could save the restaurant. Ratatouille explores the tension between talent and acceptability. Remy has genuine gift for cooking, but his species makes that gift seem invalid. Society has decided rats don't belong in kitchens, that their presence represents contamination and danger. His talent doesn't change those perceptions. The film asks whether exceptional ability should overcome prejudice about who someone is. This speaks to anyone who's been told their dreams are impossible because of their background, appearance, or circumstances. Remy represents people whose talent is dismissed before anyone considers whether it's real. The external barriers feel insurmountable not because ability is lacking, but because society has predetermined who belongs. Gusteau's motto, "anyone can cook," sounds inspiring but proves complicated. Ego's final speech clarifies that the motto doesn't mean everyone has talent. It means talent can come from unexpected places, and we miss genius when we only look in expected locations. The challenge is staying open to possibility rather than assuming competence based on credentials or background. Linguini's character explores imposter syndrome and borrowed success. He knows he's not actually cooking, that the acclaim belongs to Remy. He struggles with accepting praise for work he didn't do. Initially, he's grateful for the opportunity, but gradually he starts believing his own press, forgetting that his success relies entirely on Remy's hidden talent. This dynamic reflects real situations where people take credit for others' work, where recognition goes to whoever is most visible rather than most talented. Remy does the creating while Linguini gets the glory simply because Linguini is the acceptable face of success. Colette represents someone who earned their place through tremendous effort in a system that didn't want them. As the only female chef, she fought for every bit of respect. She takes pride in doing things the right way, following tradition and rules. Linguini threatens that because his sudden success seems unearned, and later she discovers it actually was unearned. The film also examines authenticity in creative work. Remy's cooking comes from genuine passion and talent. Linguini's persona as a chef is performance hiding the real creator. The question becomes whether audiences care about authenticity or just results. If the food is excellent, does it matter who made it? The climax involves Remy cooking ratatouille for ego, a humble dish rather than something elaborate. This choice is significant. Remy doesn't try to impress with complexity. He makes peasant food, the kind his mother made, elevated through technique and care. He offers authenticity and heart rather than pretension. Ego's reaction shows the power of genuine artistry. The dish transports him to childhood, to his mother's kitchen, to a time before cynicism. In that moment, Ego recognizes that great cooking isn't about expensive ingredients or complicated techniques. It's about love, care, and connection. Ego's review becomes the film's thesis. He acknowledges that critics risk little, yet can damage artists significantly. He admits he was wrong about Gustos. Most importantly, he argues that talent can come from anywhere, and defending unexpected genius matters more than protecting comfortable assumptions about who belongs. The film doesn't give Remy a traditional happy ending. The restaurant closes after health inspectors discover rats in the kitchen. Society's rules ultimately win in conventional terms. But Remy finds another path. Ego backs a small bistro where Remy can cook for those who appreciate talent regardless of who's creating it. This resolution is honest. The film doesn't pretend that individual talent automatically overcomes systemic barriers. But it suggests that finding the right audience, the people who value work over credentials, creates sustainable success even when mainstream acceptance remains elusive. Remy's journey isn't about changing who he is to fit in. He remains a rat who cooks. The world doesn't fully accept him, but he finds a space where his gift matters more than his species. That's realistic and hopeful without being falsely triumphant. The animation is stunning in its detail. Paris looks beautiful and romantic. The food appears genuinely delicious, which is crucial since cooking is central to the story. The kitchen feels authentic, busy, and precise. Every visual choice supports the world building. The character animation gives Remy expressions and movements that convey his intelligence and passion. We see his joy when tasting good food, his frustration when hidden, his determination when cooking. The animation makes a rat protagonist sympathetic rather than off-putting. The voice performances bring personality and warmth. Remy sounds earnest and talented without arrogance. Linguini sounds bumbling but likable. Ego sounds intimidating but ultimately fair. Each character feels distinct through vocal choices. The 111-minute runtime allows the story full development. The pacing moves through Remy's discovery, the partnership with Linguini, the rising success, the fracture, and the resolution without rushing. Each phase gets adequate attention. The humor works across ages. Physical comedy with kitchen chaos entertains everyone. Verbal wit in the dialogue rewards attention. The premise itself generates comedy from the absurdity of a rat controlling a human like a puppet. The food sequences are crafted with care and respect. The film takes cooking seriously, showing technique and passion. This grounds the fantastical premise in authentic appreciation for the culinary arts. The score enhances the Parisian atmosphere and emotional beats. It's playful during comic moments and swelling during triumphant ones. The music supports rather than overwhelms the storytelling. Ratatouille offers a story about following passion despite impossible odds, about talent existing in unexpected places, and about fighting for the right to do what you love even when society says you don't belong. Remy's journey resonates because most people face some version of his struggle. Maybe not as extreme as being a rat in a restaurant, but everyone encounters barriers between their dreams and their circumstances. Background, resources, connections, appearance, these factors often matter more than talent when determining who gets opportunities. The film argues for judging work by its quality rather than its source. Ego's transformation represents the openness we all need, the willingness to reconsider assumptions about who can create greatness. Dismissing talent because it comes from unexpected places means missing genuine genius. Linguini's arc reminds us that borrowed success feels hollow. Taking credit for others' work might bring temporary validation, but authentic achievement comes from our own efforts. The film values honesty about our limitations while celebrating collaboration where credit is fairly shared. Colette shows that success through traditional paths has value, but so does success through unconventional ones. Both require dedication and skill. The film doesn't diminish her earned place by celebrating Remy's natural talent. What makes Ratatouille special is refusing to give a conventional triumphant ending. Remy doesn't become a celebrity chef with his own restaurant empire. He finds a smaller space where his gift is appreciated. That's realistic and meaningful, suggesting that success isn't always dramatic but can still be deeply satisfying. For young viewers, the film shows that being different doesn't mean dreams are impossible, just that the path might be harder and look different than expected. For adult viewers, it's a reminder that talent deserves recognition regardless of where it comes from, and that we limit ourselves when we only look in expected places. The relationship between Remy and Linguini shows collaboration at its best and worst. When they work together with mutual respect, they create something neither could alone. When ego and resentment enter, the partnership crumbles. Good collaboration requires honesty, shared credit, and genuine appreciation. The film's title dish, Ratatouille, represents the movie's themes perfectly. Its humble ingredients elevated through care and technique. It's not flashy, but it's genuine. It connects to roots while demonstrating skill. That's what the film celebrates: authenticity and heart over pretension and pedigree. Ego's final monologue about critics and artists deserves attention. He acknowledges that criticism is easy while creation is hard, that tearing down requires less courage than building up. His decision to champion Remy despite personal cost shows genuine integrity. Ratatouille reminds us that anyone can cook, means talent isn't limited to those with credentials or conventional backgrounds. It means staying open to possibility, judging work on its merits, and defending genius when we find it, especially when it challenges our comfortable assumptions. The image of a rat cooking in a French restaurant is absurd by design. That absurdity forces the question: if we can accept this, what other impossible things might be possible? Who else have we dismissed because they don't fit our expectations of what talent looks like? This has been Picture Mavericks. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.